The Democratic National Committee protested President Trump's plans to accept a $400 million luxury jet from Qatar by flying a banner over Mar-a-Lago reading Qatar-a-Lago. It's the kind of hilarious stunt that makes you realize why the Democrats will never...
Let's be very clear. The government of Qatar, the Qatari family, has offered to donate this plane to the United States Air Force, where that donation will be accepted according to all legal and ethical obligations. It will be retrofitted to the highest of standards by the Department of Defense and the United States.
You know, a roast is brutal when the studio audience gasps, the host looks like they want to disappear, and the cameraman forgets to blink. That's exactly what happened when Colin Jost dropped that joke about Trump and Karoline Leavitt. Did he cross the line? Did he say what everyone was thinking? And who took the insult the worst? By the time we're done, you'll want to replay every second. Trust me.
A pharmaceutical executive collapsed in the Oval Office on Thursday. And speaking of pharmaceuticals, whatever they've got Trump on, I want some. Because just look how chill he is during all of this. He's just standing. A
detailed readout of that physical, and I would encourage you back to that. Presidents and I don't know the exact imaging that took place, but as the physician's note said, the president is in incredibly good shape, and I think that's evidenced here.
Then it happened, a joke so casually dropped, so effortlessly crafted, it may as well have been delivered while sipping herbal tea. The room froze for a split second, the way people freeze when they accidentally reply all. And then came the laughter, the uncontrollable burst out. Did he really just say that kind of laughter that rolls like thunder? Every eye in the room widened, hearts skipped, and jaws dropped simultaneously.
House Democrats released an email written by Jeffrey Epstein in which he claims that Donald Trump, quote, knew about the girls. It's bombshell news that legal experts are calling duh. This week's Epstein documents are obviously very dark and disturbing, but I also think it's kind of adorable that Epstein's email address was jeevacation@gmail. It's like if Jeffrey Dahmer's was dinnertime Jeff.
The target, Trump, of course. A man who has survived scandals, rants, lawsuits, and spray-tan tragedies that will be studied by historians centuries from now. A man who has shattered the record for confidence per minute. A man who can walk into a room and automatically make the oxygen nervous. But on this night, the indestructible wasn't just dented. The comedic hammer came down, and Colin just swung it like Thor after tax season.
Well, this week, the government finally represented the people when it just completely shut down. Honestly, didn't it feel like the government kind of needed a break? Just so we could all catch our breath? Can you believe we're only 9 months into this presidency? That means we still have 3 months and 7 years remaining.
Every time Trump's name was mentioned, the audience braced themselves. They knew the next line would land like when your phone autocorrects hi to I hate you. Cameras cut to toothy grins, shocked gasps, and pure disbelief. Even the lighting looked embarrassed for a moment. Colin wasn't angry. This wasn't a performance. It was an intervention wrapped in glitter and sarcasm. Every word, every pause added tension, laughter, and disbelief in equal measure.
I just have to say, in general, I don't really believe in conspiracies because as a member of the Illuminati, I know that we, the lizard people, control everything. And it's really hard to believe that Trump was so oblivious that he didn't notice his good friend was running an international pedophile ring. Though I guess Trump is the one guy on earth who thinks YMCA is a straight...
And just when you'd think the heat couldn't get higher, enter Karoline Leavitt. She stepped into the comedy blast radius unintentionally, like someone confidently pushing a pole door. Colin turned toward her with surgical precision, no warm-up, no easing in. Every glance, every word escalated tension and hilarity. The audience didn't know whether to gasp or laugh first. Cameras captured shocked faces, laughter, and disbelief, each beat perfectly timed to amplify chaos and comedy.
Many in this room want to talk about the president's response, but not what brought the president to responding in this way. You have sitting members of the United States Congress who conspired together to orchestrate a video message to members of the United States military, to active duty service members, to members of the national security apparatus, encouraging them to defy the president's lawful...
President Trump also spoke to a group of military leaders this week, and at one point, he went on a long rant about how good Barack Obama was at walking downstairs. Here's what he said. I'm not going to read it because it's a crazy thing to hear from a president, but it's actually kind of fun from anyone else. Let me show you what I mean in our new segment. President Trump would make a lot more sense if he sounded like Jennifer Coolidge.
Karoline's expression instantly froze into the human equivalent of a loading symbol. You could almost hear a faint Windows error tone echoing behind her. She tried to maintain composure, the instinctive political smile through discomfort, but it trembled like dial-up internet in 2025. The camera tried to be discreet, yet couldn't look away, much like watching a Jenga tower teeter before collapse. Colin shifted his gaze between Trump and Karoline with the casual leisure of someone strolling through a park, tossing chaos like breadcrumbs. Every line landed, and instead of dust settling, it multiplied. Trump has been roasted countless times, by comedians, reporters, hecklers, late-night hosts, family, even grocery store clerks. But this time it cut differently, not loud or frantic, but surgical, polite mockery, making the burn exponentially worse.
Well, America elected Donald Trump to run the country like a business, but it turns out he's running it like one of his businesses. I love that you can intentionally ruin the economy and still get to stay president. It's like if you drunk drove your car through the window of the DMV and they were like, license renewed. It's insane. This was the worst week for the stock market since the summer of 2020. But you have to remember, back then, the president...
The audience wasn't just laughing, they were malfunctioning. People clapped, wheezed, leaned forward, rocked back, stomped, gasped for air. It looked like a yoga class led by someone who had never seen yoga before. Even the band seemed disoriented. You know, a roast has reached legendary status when a trombone can't get its life together. Karoline tried to hold a TV-ready smile, the kind people flash when they realize their mic is still on after trash-talking the studio. It was a comedic aftershock, laughter turning into near trauma. Meanwhile, Colin didn't pause to savor it. No basking, no dramatic stance, no celebration. Calmly, he moved on, indifferent as if deciding whether to upgrade phone storage. Yet the punchlines lingered, spreading through the crowd like a meme going viral in slow motion, one corner laughing, then another, forming a chain reaction of disbelief.
Ethical experts are also warning that Trump may owe political favors to countries who give him lavish gifts. But based on the way he left the Middle East, I think I know how Trump is going to pay them back.
President Trump has signed an executive order giving refugee status to white people from South Africa. I could have sworn that white people had it good in South Africa. Must be the men.
Trump's team was probably drafting statements before the broadcast even ended. Somewhere, advisors were opening group chats with names like Public Damage Control, alongside older chats titled Maury Damage Control and Stop Everything, Please. Karoline's PR instincts kicked in, emails forming like storm clouds. Clarify context, clarify the clarification, add a hyperlink, start a distraction story. Trump thrives on control, over space, attention, narrative, microphones. But here, control evaporated. He wasn't dominating the room. He was the punchline of a joke delivered with casual, surgical sarcasm, landing like a piano dropped from a helicopter. Karoline's armor of certainty and sound bites cracked, not from debate or shouting, but from laughter that invited the world to join in.
Just in the past 2 days, investors have lost over $6 trillion. Money is leaving the stock market faster than Morgan Wallen. President Trump even imposed tariffs on remote islands that are only inhabited by penguins. Well, then maybe penguins shouldn't keep pushing their gay.
That's what makes this moment historic, not politically, but comedically. Pure concentrated humor transformed the biggest personalities into tiny, powerless characters in their own cartoon. The larger-than-life became normal, the intimidating adorable, the unstoppable confused. Cameras captured it, the internet preserved it, and memes built monuments in milliseconds. Even people indifferent to politics joined in because watching power get clowned is timeless entertainment. Romans had the Colosseum, we have late-night comedy. Supporters typed, critics typed, and newcomers learned who Karoline was in seconds, replaying the clip repeatedly. In public, Karoline maintained her signature composure, but the replay numbers told a different story. This moment had rattled her far more than appearances suggested.
On Tuesday, Zohran Mamdani was elected mayor of New York City. He was elected. A lot of Sliwa fans. He was elected mayor despite his opponent Andrew Cuomo receiving endorsements from Donald Trump and Eric Adams, which is like trying to bring a girl home by saying, not to brag, but I have hepatitis B.
Meme pages said it all. The comment section said it louder. When the internet senses weakness, it doesn't tiptoe, it unpacks, sets up camp, and orders DoorDash. Trump naturally did what he does best, pretended nothing happened while ensuring everyone knew it did. The contradiction is beautiful. No speeches, no policy debates, just the raw power of humor making them human, making them wobble. That's why the moment keeps replaying. It wasn't planned, strategic, or campaign approved. It was organic combustion. Colin didn't need to yell or lecture. His superpower was simplicity. Say something undeniable in a way the target can't argue without digging themselves deeper. Humor, velvet-walled and inescapable, only magnifies embarrassment.
Well, President Trump traveled to the Middle East this week, and if I were him, I would have just stayed there because it looked awesome. Trump arrived in Saudi Arabia, where he was greeted with a lavender carpet which matched the color of his tie and also the length. They also rolled out a mobile McDonald's truck for President Trump's visit, featuring Saudi Arabia's most popular new burger, the McDrizzle.
What elevates this roast into legend is how evenly the chaos spread. Trump, the political juggernaut with the gravity of an asteroid, was reduced to silent disbelief. Karoline, built on confidence and punchy rhetoric, suddenly looked like she was questioning her entire software update. It takes skill to make one titan stumble, genius to hit two back-to-back without raising your voice. After the show, the online battlefield erupted. HD clips, subtitled clips, animated remixes, TikTok musicals. Every reaction fueled another. Powerful figures are humbled not by scandals or courts, but by jokes that slice through ego faster than headlines. Colin didn't just roast Trump and Karoline, he reminded the world, politics isn't always strategy. Sometimes it's unstoppable laughter, immortalized online, making the mighty ridiculous and the ordinary unforgettable.
A prominent white nationalist has begun posting manifestos online. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the sub-headline. The headline was, Donald Trump launches new blog. That's right, disgraced former fast food spokesman Donald Trump has launched a website called From the Desk of Donald J. Trump, though a more accurate name would be From the Brain Fog of Long-Haul COVID.
The legacy of this roast isn't controversy, politics, or sides. It's the pure satisfaction of watching comedy land with surgical precision. No intro, no outro, just laughter echoing around the globe and the thrill of someone seeing that clip for the first time and losing it. The ripple continues. Trump has likely moved to bigger stages, pretending the comedic meteor never struck. Karoline maintains her marathon of confidence, even as the internet loops her expression endlessly. The audience took control, the clip drove itself, and the meme factory worked overtime. Comedy flipped the switch, lit the stage, and turned two political titans into unwilling sitcom stars, leaving a moment that refuses to fade.